are elitist among video game competitors. Therefore, they're...
Wait, how does story relate to elitism? It's a story. There's nothing elite about it.
Because they create a better video game for the elitist. The elitist is there for the full story game content, the full everything, the full immersion into that video game. And therefore, we are elite because we know the content, we know the story, we know everything that goes behind that video game content. And therefore, because we know that content and we know what it consists of, we have the gear that we have. We are who we are because we have enveloped our many hours beyond our work week into that fucking video game. That's the elitist mentality. And free epic is not fucking...
Elite and hardcore is not the same.
No.
Wait, just one thing. You're talking elitism, that small percentage, like 6% out of 100. What are you going to go with as a company? You're going to go with 6% who's going to make you not even $1 million a year? Or are you going to go with that other 94 that's going to make you $20 million a year?
Understandably, as a business perspective, they need to apply to the crowd where money follows. But they also need to contribute to the fucking crowd of gamers who are elitist. They need to, you know what I mean, give them a sense of entitlement.
That's not what you said a minute ago.
Well, so I didn't say it in so many words, dude, but technically it's the same thing. You know, conversations, we're having a debate. Conversations change, you know what I mean? Like, but period, dude. The elitist mentality from WoW... Before, my elitist mentality was, I was basing that beyond, by pure basis of the elitist mentality of being a gamer, a true fucking gamer. The elitist mentality of WoW is, we get a little pissed off, so I followed back on that, you know what I mean? Well, I didn't mean it so much that way, but the elitists are what I meant is the elitists are what creates the inspiration to create new games, dude. Otherwise, dude, they would all reign supreme. Ion, fucking Rift, all these other games try to incorporate or try to facilitate for the elitists. But what do you think created their inspiration to create a new game? All right, we're elitists, let's create a new game for the elitists. Well, they failed in the other aspects where other people have, you know, where the money comes from, as you say. And so their games have failed. I mean, failed utterly. But hopefully BioWare will, which... my understanding is they're going to. They're gonna.
That's the point.
They're gonna.
You just made that point.
Yeah, well, they're gonna. Hopefully, BioWare facilitates the elitist. They facilitate the elitist as well as the fucking casual fucking gamer, as you all. I mean, assumably you all are. If they facilitate the elitists, they'll keep us here for years to stay, and they will keep a foundation in a great gaming community of where foundation is built upon their raids. If they make it easy, the rest of us fucking elitists will go to the next fucking game. And the hopes that they can get, if they get upon by our Blizzard's mentality, is that we'll come back because the other games are going to fail. But eventually, some game, one of these days, is going to apply to the fucking elitist, and it's also going to apply to the rest, but it's going to, above all else, it's going to have a game above the game. It's going to have the elite fucking bracket of the game. You can come play the game like normally, you know, be a normal fucking player, normal raider, normal, and we're going to fucking facilitate for you what you need, but we're also going to have the bracket above that to where those players can say, hey, I'm a fucking elitist, dude. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hopefully that'll be the game, whatever the game. Hopefully I have good faith in BioWare. BioWare, hopefully it's going to be Star Wars. If not, there will be a game eventually, dude, that will have that above bracket to where nobody can be in that bracket unless they attribute the hours necessary to attribute that.
I don't like that you automatically assume because we don't agree with you that we're casuals. I'm not casual, I'm hardcore. But hardcore isn't the same as elitist.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm entitled to
you're not an elitist, dude. Obviously. I mean, there's totally different.
That doesn't automatically make me casual. I don't think you know the different demographics.
How many hours a week do you devote to games?
Depends on the week.
What does that have to do anything with it?
It doesn't.
The time you devote to it doesn't really have a lot to do with how elite you are. It's how well you play the game and how well you want to play the game.
Fuck that, dude. The elitism has to do with how many hours you have to devote to the fucking week, dude. If you devoted fucking 60 hours that week to having that piece of gear, which was hard on you, which you could have been doing many other fucking things, and then you got somebody else that comes along that's only devoted 20 hours a week to that fucking game, and still got to fucking live that other life that you fucking sacrificed in order to have what you have, and they have it too, that's fucking absolute fucking bullshit.
So wouldn't they be better if they got it in a shorter amount of time?
No! They only got it in a shorter amount of time because they made the fucking game easier. That doesn't make them better. That makes them a fucking free epic fucking wannabe elitist. It's all about the hours you contribute.
We're having fundamental problems. This isn't gonna get solved.
We're just having a debate. It's cool, y'all want to give up. Y'all want to give up on the debate. It's cool, dude. I'm arguing a fundamental fucking standpoint of the elitist, and you guys are on fundamentally arguing the standpoint of a non-elitist, and therefore you guys defeated yourself. Okay, no. You guys are all giving up on, no matter whatever your fucking excuse is. You're giving up on fucking.
I'm not giving up. I'm saying that
you're giving up on trying to defend your standpoint because of the fact that, flat and simple, you're not a fucking elitist. Therefore, you don't have the time to devote to dedicating to proving your point.
You don't know how much time I spent in a while.
Alright, well, let's devote the next fucking 60 hours of fucking our time, dude, to debating this fucking state until we reach a fucking agreement and a standpoint, and therefore we can.
But we're not going to, and that's why we're stopping.
That's why we're stopping.
Okay, look, I don't know if you're just upset about something and you're trying to vent, whatever, or if you're just trying to troll us.
No, he's not trying to troll us. He's serious.
Fuck, man. I'm glad somebody understands me. It's good. Move channels. I'm an elitist, man. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, if you're so elite, you wouldn't need to argue your point.
I'm not arguing my dude. I'm arguing my point. I'm just trying to, make you understand what the standpoint of an elitist is versus somebody that fucking
to enlighten
got,
us.
10 hours. Yeah. That's all, man. I'm not trying to, make you become an elitist. I'm not trying to fucking none of that bullshit. I'm just trying to stand, dude, that I'm an elitist, you're not, we're cool.
Yeah. I would say that attitude is part of the, actually part of the attitude that's ruining WoW. And on the opposite end, to be fair, people that are on the opposite end of your viewpoint are also what's ruining WoW, which is the people that do just want to be given things. But I don't think that decreasing the time sink for gear that is no longer top gear is unreasonable. I think you don't take into account depreciation. It's just like, a car. If a car isn't cost the same, it doesn't make sense to demand the same, investment of money into something old as you would into, a brand spanking new car. Same thing. You don't invest the same amount of time into old epics as you do into brand spanking new epics. It makes sense. I think you just don't have a clear understanding of that.
No. What WoW needs to do is they need to implement the new season of gear, for the new people to raid only. They need to implement that months in advance to the people that actually work for it before they release it for badge gear. You know what I'm saying? If they give us the elitists the chance to go in there and be fucking elite to earn that fucking gear, that's great. We earn it. We get to fucking show it off, and then they give it to you months later. That's fine, dude. Fine and fucking dandy. But the second a new raid comes out, fucking shortly after, they implement all the gear that we worked hard for. So therefore, we get stuck fucking working hard for the new gear with a bunch of motherfuckers that don't know the old gear content, so therefore they don't know how to work for it, and they're just in there for free epics. I don't know. That's the only thing WoW really needs to do.
And
to fucking
Blizzard's a company to make money. If they don't let people, progress to a certain point, if they hold them back, they're not going to make money. Shareholders and stockholders, I mean, they're not going to stand for, that type of. Why do you think Blizzard has the amount of people, the amount of, what do they have, 11 million players right now? They don't have 11 million players from catering to a small select amount of people that can dedicate the type of time that you're talking about to do that. They do it by, offering a wide range of different time commitments the chance to progress in the game.
Well, they should still have a separate bracket apart from that.
Make money.
Many different brackets, depending upon how much time you can devote to it, to where your different degree of elitism, is based upon. They should still. I mean, if you got 10 hours a week, then you should only have 10-hour-a-week fucking gear. If you have 20-hour-a-week gear, you should have 20-hour-a-week gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should have different brackets, dude. They shouldn't have the people that are getting in there fucking 4 or 5 hours a week, fucking, and after a few weeks they run the heroics and get the gear, and then they get in and get epic gear. They should cater, to their elitism crowd, which is the true fucking, basis upon why they create their video game.
But the problem with that is the elitists aren't necessarily the basis on which they create their game. That's flawed. It's not. It is for some games, but it's not for all games. But the second thing with that is, if they were to do it like that, to do tiers, they'd have to do raids and tiers as well, which is more work for them. They'd have to have, if you had 6 different tiers, you'd have to have, realistically, like 6 different raids, even if they were just in difficulty. Because my 5-hour-a-week gear wouldn't, stand up in your, 20-hour-a-week raid. It wouldn't make sense.
So on that note, fuck because they're not fucking elitist, and hopefully BioWare will. But on that note, I gotta bounce out to my
because
other
they want money.
I gotta bounce out to my other vent because somebody's over there fucking trying to get a hold of me. Anyways, dude, like, you can find my vent, sign on, bullshit, yada yada, if you want, on my site. I'm more than glad to carry on this conversation there, but I kind of want to take this fucking vent because I don't, I don't want to crazy any waves, but because I'm sure negative criticism will come from this. We'll receive many fucking different PMs, yada yada, drama. So I'm carrying this over to my vent. If you want to continue there, that's fine. If not, well, it was nice all chatting with you, and it was great to have this debate. Nor I take any fucking valid side to one side or the other, and nor was I arguing. So it was nice talking to you all. Bye.